Well, hello there, and how's your heart? How's your wonderful, beautiful, dynamic heart? Mine is tender, extremely tender, and I'm going through a huge period of grief. That's the energetic frequency where I'm at right now. And I just wanted to share with you how I'm managing it so that you can maybe apply it to your own situation if you're experiencing grief or sadness or however. So this is probably going to be broken up into different parts because there's a lot that's going on. So bear with me as I share them with you. So I'm experiencing huge bouts and waves of grief. And grief is an energetic frequency, as we know. And what it is doing is it is moving its way through my body. So it shows up at different moments, unexpected moments. And in between, I do have moments of peace, calmness, and what I would call security. Hello again. Welcome back. So what's gone on with me is that I had to release my dog from being in so much pain. He was my best friend, my companion, my pretty much everything. He would be the person that I would go to when I'd feel like this. Grief. Anyways. The way that I'm dealing with moving through the grief is exactly what I'm doing with you right now. Showing up with the grief. So what I'm doing is anding life, not oring or hiding or running away. Because when I'm acknowledging this grief, just like I'm doing with you, and I'm containing the grief within myself, because it's an energetic frequency, it moves through me. And therefore, I'm not going outside of me to collect myself. So, as my eyes twinkle and glisten from tears that fall out, what my body is doing is releasing energy. It's releasing accumulated, pent-up energetic frequencies of grief. And these episodes, I call them flare-ups. For those of you who've worked with me one-on-one know that. These flare-ups are triggers, and the nature of energy is that nothing is permanent. It's continuously moving. So just like the Buddhist philosophies of impermanence, that's energy. So one of the things, because I work so much with energy and because I've had so much experiencing and embodying in my body energy, I know and I trust that it moves through me. It's temporary and it doesn't stay. And therefore, what I do is I give it attention. I give it my focus. I give it my awareness. And wherever we're placing our focus and attention and awareness, that's where we're sending our energy. So I'm able to keep my energy to myself and not expel it or leak it outwards. We're back. So when my energy is contained within me, even though I'm currently experiencing the frequencies of grief, I still am able to manage, contain, and regulate my emotions, which means I'm still able to participate in this world. And we live in an abundant world where we can be sad, have grief, and still show up. We could be angry, frustrated, and still work. We can be happy and sad and ... So the way that I'm moving energy is I'm really leaning into the grief. So that means I am paying attention to where I'm feeling the grief in my body. Oftentimes it's been showing up in my throat and in my heart for this particular situation. So when I'm experiencing this wave of grief, I feel it in my throat, and then I go into my throat, which means I pay attention to my throat. And as I'm paying attention, I'm acknowledging that energy and that frequency, and it dissipates and it clears. And so therefore, it's moving through. And I know this when there's a release or a sense of relief. It's me again. So what I'm doing is not running away, not avoiding, not procrastinating, because then the energy builds up, it accumulates, and then it shows up for me as anxiety. And I know if you're watching this, you suffer from anxiety. So this is a way to balance and manage my anxiety. It's not something we're taught how to do. It's not something it's simple how to do. And me in particular, I'm truly blessed, truly grateful and blessed. And I completely and totally get it that I am able to do this because I have a flexible schedule, and I'm able to take time away if I need to. So I truly understand that this is something that you can't just do whenever, correct? I'm blessed that I have a very flexible schedule. I work for myself. If I have a flare-up, I can say, excuse me, I need to tend to my energy, right? So I get it. Having grief is not an easy thing to experience. Back again. I don't even know how many parts this is, but it's important because I want you to know how I move the energy through. So how you move the energies, you always acknowledge. Now, I will tell you this. Because these flare-ups happen at the most inopportune times, and because I'm being in my own authenticity of truly acknowledging and placing my awareness and my focus on this grief, I have cried to customer service reps. I have cried in line at the market. I have cried even to clients, which is extremely embarrassing. However, at the same time, I have to honor this energy. I have to move it through so that I'm not consistently living in grief. I have to move this through my body because it is my choice not to sit in the frequency. So therefore, I am choosing to move it through the body. This is not an easy feat. This is not something that everyone can or will do. It is a choice. And I am choosing to do this, to move it through my body, because I have chosen a career where I'm here to be of service. So if I'm not put together, I can. Well, hi. So if I am here to help other people, which I know you are if you're watching this too, you're here to also be of service, I have to take care of myself because an empty cup cannot quench anybody's thirst. So I consistently am choosing to transform or alchemize this energy. So when I have the flare-ups, I lean into them. I don't run away from them. I let my body react whichever way it needs to react. And I got to keep my ego in check. Well, not so much keep my ego in check. I have to actually, for me personally, betray my ego. I'm a Leo. I've got big ego. So, I mean, if I'm crying and ending life, moving forward, still participating, still showing up, so be it. At least I'm being authentic and honest with my energy. And therefore, I have a clear conduit for manifestation and receiving and being in my feminine energy, which has been a very interesting journey as I am experiencing grief terribly and manifesting a lot of what I want fast. It's crazy. So I just wanted to come here and share with you that you can manage grief. And the thing about grief is that when you're honest and authentic and you do share it with others, you let other people know, which means you have to crack open your heart and be vulnerable about it. What you'll do is you will actually find that people are very compassionate. I received flowers. I received a memorial picture frame because I was honest with how I felt. And I just showed up the way I showed up. And my ego was like, alert, alert, abort, abort, leave, go. And yet I still showed up because I and life. I'm only as helpful to people as I am for myself. So I'm in this huge period right now of practicing what I preach. And so I just wanted to share with you how I'm moving through this grief process. It is awful. It is horrible. My heart is being squeezed and torn. And it's okay. And I'm okay. And I just want you to know you will be too.